Teacher Jet, how was your week, by the way?
Yeah, okay naman. Eto, very busy kami sa grading. Kaya medyo puspusan ng aming pagtatrabaho. Kayo po, Sir Paul.
Well, it's the semifinals week. So usually, alam naman natin ang ginagawa ng mga teachers sa university level about during the semifinals. So what we do is, we prepare the examination. At actually, ang isang stressful, okay, for the information of other persons who don't know what's taking place in preparing exam is, ang stressful dyan yung para sa akin na yung preparation.
That's true.
Because you cannot just bring an exam to the class. It has to be signed and documented pa. Doon pa lang, ubos na yung oras ko.
Yeah, not only that, you have to correct it if it needs to be corrected so that it'll be valid, reliable, and of course, very much related to the lesson.
Yeah, it's a lot of work actually.
Yeah, at saka proud akong masabi yun kasi nagturo rin ako ng mga education subjects noon sa MFI, pero ngayon sa senior high na ako.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
So, kailan ka nagsimula ng senior high?
Nagsimula po ako last year, 2018. Doon pa sa week after my birthday.
By the way nga pala, sa Facebook, I saw, di ba usually yung parang anniversary ng friendship? So I saw that lately. We came to be friends through VOTT.
Oo naman.
Okay,
Tama.
so paano ka nagsimula dito sa VOTT program?
Oo nga pala. Ako naman, I started as a guest noong 2014, tapos a year later, I became a radio host here. That's why I'm still happy to be here, very much happy. And as years pass, mas marami ako natututunan, mas marami ako nagiging friends. Ikaw, Sir Katropang Paul.
Well, I started dito, again, also as a guest. And Bonsai, our guest, will be interested with this kasi I came to be a guest here because I was promoting my book.
Whoa.
So at that time, I had a series in math. So I put it into my itinerary na I will go to Metro Manila, I will visit many TV. Kung ayaw nila akong imbitahin, ako mismo ang pupunta sa kanila. So TV and radio, not so much in TV, mahirap kumuha doon ng slot.
Ba't totoo yun?
But for radio, it's quite easy. And DWW and the Voice of the Teachers Radio was among the first radio program who invited me to talk about my book.
Yes.
And also, of course, yung talk about the math program ng K-12.
Oh, yeah. Nako, abangan namin ang mga bagong books niyo po.
So that was 2016. And then they were asking, I think Bob asked me, are you willing to host a segment? Of course, yes. Okay.
Ako rin, binigyan din ako ng segment. Siya nga po pala, bago ang lahat, let us please greet and of course honor our following AFP personalities. First, DND Secretary, Department of National Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana, AFP Chief of Staff General Benjamin Madrigal Jr., CRS Commander Major General Benvenido Dutuin Jr., MCAG Group Commander Captain Alwin Maneja, DWWD Station Manager Major Luzo Lara, and Production NCO Sergeant Jeffrey Malimban. And gusto namin pong batiin din ang aming mga co-hosts sa Voice of the Teachers, sina Katropang Bobby of course, Katropang Gerald, Katropang Fe, na nag-host ng iServe segment, si Katropang Herman Brinas na nag-host ng Guidance Counselor's Corner, si Katropang Giselle Barrion na nag-host ng Oh My God, GAD, Gender Awareness and Development. At saka si Katropang Joy Castillo Pasidis na nag-host ng isang segment din dito, si Katropang Portia Ebol na nag-host ng Stamps at iba pang mga host namin po rito. Ayun. So
Okay, so for today, it's my turn.
yes.
Continuing education. Actually, meron tayong dalawang parts. So the first part is thesis writing, but hindi ito, we are aiming to reach out to teachers. So we are imagining that teachers are watching us right now and they are planning maybe to write their thesis. So we want to give them some tips. So that would be the first part.
Yes. Alin po yung second part?
A second part would be something which you had been always asking me
yes.
about. This about textbook writing. At ang ating guest is an authority on this because he is an author of at least a dozen books. Okay? So allow me to introduce to you ang ating guest for today. So she has a PhD in English Language Studies and also an MA in English Studies. And I saw a very interesting piece sa kanyang maliit na autobiography. She finished an online course on, okay, ito paborito ko to, Ancient Masterpieces in World Literature. This is an online course administered by the Harvard University. She also finished online courses in English for Media Literacy. This one is administered by the Pennsylvania University. She's the author of, I lost count, ang dami. Okay, maybe a dozen, more than a dozen books really. And I saw an important item sa kanyang bios, and we can talk about this, yung applications. Libro ni Bonsai. She was featured in a local TV network for this. It's an application, cell phone application. She is a master teacher at Bawan Technical High School in Bawan, Batangas.
Yes.
So she is my neighbor. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria Leticia Jose Cabanya, and then yung kanyang nickname, because she is known for this nickname, Bonsai.
Magandang hapon po, katropang
Basilan.
Bonsai.
Magandang hapon po.
Dr. Basilan. So how was your trip, by the way?
Okay naman. Nag-segue lang kami for lunch.
Okay.
Mahadari namang hanapin.
So, we'll talk about thesis writing. So, we are assuming dito na nakapag thesis proposal na, okay, nagawa niya na yung actual investigation, she will now write.
Okay.
Let us just say na tapos na actually yung research, she will just write it. Okay, let's begin with the abstract. Ano ba yung structure ng abstract, and how do you advise teachers when they are about to write their abstract?
With the abstract, dapat alam ng teacher na the last thing to write is the abstract. In our field, lalo na sa DepEd, Department of Education, na medyo mabata pa ang research writing, nagkakaroon ng misconception na dapat may abstract ka muna before you write.
By the way, telling you, ngayon ko lang nalaman yan. Ganun pala, mali pala ang Well, anyway, hindi naman ako palaging gumagawa ng research. So, this is something na ngayon ko lang nalaman. Thank you.
Pinakamahalaga, kaya nila nasasabi na mahirap magawa ng abstract, siguro kagaya ng iyong sitwasyon na nauuna yung abstract. Pero napakadaling gumawa ng abstract kapag katapos mo na lahat-lahat ng iyong writing, research mo, the last thing to do is to write your abstract.
Yes. Mga katropa, yan po ang ating pakapakinggan mula kay Katropang Bonsai, that the abstract is not supposed to be written first. Kailangan muna tapusin ang research.
You know what, I can see kung bakit ganun dapat ang direction ng pagsusulat. Kasi once you have done the research, you have written all, then
The parts,
it's quite
yes.
easy not to write the abstract. But you know what? When it comes to length, medyo concerned ako sa haba ng abstract because sometimes I see some maybe 1 or 2 paragraphs, but sometimes I also see something like, 2 pages?
Okay. Sa iba't iba kasing sitwasyon, when we are writing graduate school or school abstracts, nare-require ng bawat institusyon, meron sila kanilang format. Yun yung tinatawag nating institutional format. Sometimes they require the students to have 3 to 5 pages, a very comprehensive abstract. But when you are writing for your institution, especially pag magpa-publish ka sa international journal or magpe-present ka sa isang conference, research presentation, they usually require abstract to have 200 to 250 or ang maximum ay 300 words lang. So
Okay.
yun ang ideal format when you are writing an abstract.
May tatanong lamang po ako, bakit sa ibang conferences, gaya nung isang conference na sinilihan ko, 300 to 450 words ang itinatakda nila. Is this also acceptable?
Yes, kasi every institution, they have their own format. They have their own format and we have to acknowledge them. Kaya when we are writing, especially sa mga college universities ngayon, you have to adjust, we have to adopt what is happening in the research, international research rather, na para pag nag-present sila, ready na kagad, mas madaling ma-adjust ang mga abstracts at of course, yung paper nila mismo. So yung 400 to 450, ibig sabihin, i-honor natin kasi yun yung patakaran ng kanilang institusyon.
Yeah, ganun nga pong ginawa ko kasi nag-send po ako ng abstract. Tapos binibilang ko pa. Tapos 300 pa lang. So parang kulang pa to. Sige,
Correct.
habaan ko ng kaunti to.
Pero it does not necessarily mean na you have to comply naman ta 400 to 450. Kumbaga, closely na ganun yung bilang at hindi na pwedeng humaba doon. Kasi when you print the abstracts in the book of abstracts, ang kinokontest kasi pag yung mga publishers, may bilang talagang words na bayad ng isang journal.
You know what? The fact na yan ang una kong tinanong sa yung question
Yes.
reveals also my ignorance na rin pagdating dito sa habit ng writing a research paper. Kasi although I've written a few, but it's not really the direction of my writing. Now, meron pa ako isang tanong about the abstract. Ito, something that I think about pag nagsusulat ako for, by the way, pag pala ako nagpipresent,
Correct? Yes.
hindi pa nagpapasa na agad ako ng abstract. Although, saka ko pala magsusulat yung gusto kong i-present. Usually, ganun ang style ko sa iba namang, well, this one is for research paper outside the thesis. Ano? Okay, isang tanong ko do tungkol sa abstract. Ano ang tense ng verbs na ginagamit sa abstract?
Past tense. Kasi abstract na siya, the gist, the summary of your research. You have to use past tense.
Okay, so that's something. Kasi frankly, pinag-isipan ko yan. Pag minsan, ano bang gagamitin ko ditong tense? Present tense or past
Pati
tense?
yung mga,
But
ano,
it's past tense.
yung mga estudyante nga sa practical research, ano po yung abstract dati, sabi ko? Past tense, laging past tense yan. Kasi tapos na, pero saka na ihuhuli yun na.
Actually, ang present tense lamang sa buong research paper is the results and discussion. Yung chapter 4 lang. Kasi parang pinakikita mo kung ano ang nangyari sa iyong pananaliksik. Pero the rest, they are all past tense.
Pero 'di ba kapag kunwari yun na yung mga nag-reveal, 'di ba, it's past tense naman sa chapter 4 sa thesis because tapos na yung pagda-data gathering at saka pagta-tabulate, 'di ba?
Pero usually talaga siya ay present tense unless historical ang issue niya.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
so let's set aside na, okay, yung abstract pala yung pala sa huli, ha? Kasi all the way, I thought yun lang una mong isusulat. Oh, by the way nga pala, I had a chance to supervise a thesis, but that was something like more than 15 years ago. At saka math yun eh. Iba kasi ang structure ng math. Okay, let's now go to the main thesis. Ano yung general structure ng thesis na?
Ngayon kasi na masyado nang mulat ang mga universities or basic education, ginagalang natin ang kanilang institutional format. Dati, the traditional one, we have 5 parts. Chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pero ngayon, meron na tayong tinatawag na IMRD or the IMRAD na mas simple, pero ang content ay katulad lang din ng traditional research writing.
Kung
Mas
hindi po,
madali yun.
kung di po ako nagkakamali, ang IMRAD po ba ay yun yung applicable lalo na sa mga research articles na
Correct.
ipinalilimbag natin?
Correct. Marami ng universities at colleges at saka yung mga basic education na nag-a-adapt na sa kanila.
Can you describe to me, ano yung titles ng chapter 1, 2, 3, and ano yung mga general titles ng mga yan?
As sa chapter 1, yung traditional natin, so we have the introduction and the background of the study. Number 2 is the related literature. Number 3 is your methodology. Number 4 is the results. And number 5 is the findings, recommendation, and conclusion. Whereas yung ating bagong format ngayon, IMRD, I stands for introduction, then M is methods, and results and discussion, including the recommendation and conclusion.
You know what, assuming yung teacher natin na who is into or about to go into thesis writing, assuming na they have written na properly yung kanilang research proposal, saan pupunta yung research, yung text ng actual research proposal, saan yung pupunta dun sa actual body ng thesis?
In the traditional writing, you have the proposal under chapters 1 to 3. Doon naman sa bagong format, sa IM siya, Introduction until Methodology.
Yes. Pero matanong ko lamang po, why do many universities and other institutions still adopt the traditional format, the chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Is it out of convenience or out of tradition?
Siguro, one factor are the professors. Kung saan masyadong immersed si professor, dun, yun ang ginagamit niya. Pero yung medyo ang mga masters, mga graduate schools nila ay ngayon ngayon nila nakukuha, may mga 20 or late 90s, mas prefer nila yung IMRD na format.
You know what, I have this feeling na ang purpose ng IMRD is they want to write the thesis in a way na comparable na agad sa publishable form
Or
that will go to
Correct.
a journal.
Kasi
ano?
mas ready siya. Mas ready na ka siyang i-publish. Kasi most of our universities ay nire-require na ang mga graduates nila na i-publish. Requirement to graduate ang makapag-publish. Lalo na sa master's at saka sa PhD.
Paano kapag hindi na-publish yun? So, the person has to edit his or her work, polish it even more para ma-publish at another time?
Alam mo naman sa pag gusto mo talagang makagraduate, gagawin mo talaga ang paraan para ma-publish siya. So hanggat hindi siya, usually kasi, halimbawa, mag-apply ka sa isang journal o isang sa publication, they are giving you 10 days para maka-comply.
Para
sa
maka-edit?
Maka-edit.
Pero paano pag na-reject po kayo? Outright?
Reapply lang.
You know what, I didn't know that. I've been in the university na for so many years. Pero yung requirement na you must get this published, that's something I didn't know.
Medyo siguro pumasok siya ng late 2018 hanggang ngayon. Yung mga curriculum nila nagre-require na sa mga graduate students, sa graduate school students na ma-publish ang kanilang paper. At hindi lang graduate paper, every subject ngayon ay meron at least action research ay ma-publish din.
Nako, tama yun. Nako, kaya kailangan talaga tayo mga, kasi sa experience ko na-reject ako pero sabi ko kailangan mas i-fine-tune pa. Kasi hindi naman porket, diba, kung di ako nagkakamali, when you get rejected, that's the end of it.
Yes. Actually, the issue of the rejection is not about your paper. It's about the format, the technicalities that they are asking from the writer. You have to adjust into the paper into their institutional format. Yun ang issue doon.
Yeah,
Okay.
hindi yung content mismo.
Hindi naman ang content.
Kasi sa akin yung nangyari sa Malaysia, na-reject yun. Diyos ko, sabi daw, hindi daw bagod.
You know, by the way, I am enrolled sa PhD, although I am what do you call this, LOA. It's a online distance university education, and we spoke about research on the PhD level. At mayroong isang very daunting. I was kind of scared by this. Yung related literature, meron silang Bloom's, what's that?
Bloom's taxonomy.
So, na-mention niya doon it's like the structure by which you will do the review of related literature. Ang dami, and something like they are requiring PhD students to read as many or to review as many, something like 50 books. At least that was what I can remember.
Hindi ba't pati journal articles, lalo na, yung mga research?
Oo, ganun talaga, lalo na kung very intensive yung iyong study, nire-require nila. Parang sa university na napasukan ko, at least, at yun ay binabagay din sa advisor. Minsan, napaka-subjective ni advisor na meron siyang rule na at least your paper has this number of RL. So parang sa advisor at saka pinaiiral ng institusyon. Pero if you are writing talaga PhD paper, at least 25 pataas na ang iyong RL. Pinatitibay niya talaga yung paper mo.
Ako, ginagawa ko, kahit yung personal research ko lang, siguro nakakabot ako, mga 20, mga 21, ganon.
Kasi ang action research, at least 10 to 15 ang iyong RL.
Okay, we had a guest here before. You know him, si Dr. Laguador.
Okay.
And he spoke about how do you write the results. And the sinabi niya, and I want you to elaborate on this, is, well, the student must go to the objectives, and then he must present kung ano ang kanyang answers to those objectives, sa results. So how do you comment on that?
Correct yun. Napakatama ng sagot ni Dr. Laguador. Kasi ang tendency ng isang mananaliksik ay maging excited sa topic niya. Lalo na talagang mula yun sa interest mo. So,
Totoo po.
napakalawak ng masasakop mo kung hindi mo siya ililimit. Ang isang limit na ginagamit natin ay objectives. Ano ba talaga ang gusto mong malaman sa study mo? So, yun lang yung sasagutin mo. Kung meron ka pang natuklasan na beyond na objectives mo at gusto mo pang magkaroon ng isa pang study, so yung mga bagay na pumasok sa isip mo o mga bagay na natuklasan mo sa kalakaran ng pananaliksik, another study na yun.
Okay, how about this? He added pa something about this, another chapter or another segment. Na, sa tingin ko, this is where the writing ability of the teachers will be tested. He said something, after writing the results, the writer must connect the results to the body of existing knowledge out there.
Correct.
Or what can you say about that?
Lahat ng na-gather mong data, may i-interpret mo siya. Siyempre, nadyan yung stat, kung quanti or quali, meron tayong coding o mga methods, susuportahan mo siya ng mga existing study na tama o tama yung sinasabi mo, tama yung natuklasan mo, or pasusubalian ng existing study. Hindi naman palaging ang iyong related lit ay umaayon sa study mo.
Siya nga po pala, yun ang lagi kong sinasabi sa mga students ko, can mag-agree on or hindi. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
What is important is that your study is highly related.
Correct.
And it doesn't ruin the results of your study. It just shows a deviation. O malay mo, sinasabi ko sa kanila, malay mo, kahit na ilang beses mo pang ina-analisa yun, if the results are really different, you can't do anything about it, sabi ko.
Correct. At kaya nga ang character ng research is cyclical. You will begin with the problem and ends with the problem. Hindi palaging umaayon sa gusto mo.
Tama.
Na-cite mo na yun ang result, hindi yun ang lalabas.
So that means, katropang bonsai, you have to be ready for it. You have to brace yourself for whatever happens.
And you have to accept the result. Don't be subjective na ito ang gusto kong lumabas eh. Kung ito yung
okay lang.
lumabas, ito talaga, i-present mo. Karapatan ng respondents, karapatan ng mambabasa na malaman yung totoo na lumabas sa research.
Tama. Siya nga po pala, kahit sa pang research yan, hindi ibig sabihin na may deviation, may problema ka na.
Correct.
It's just the context. It's just the way the results were revealed, diba?
And that's the point of research. Yung matuklasan mo ang hindi kayang isipin na ito yung ito yung thinking natin, ito ang magiging result. Meron ang kagandahan ng research, inilalabas niya yung katotohanan kung ano yung nasa field mo.
Some students have this mentality that if I don't get to meet what I expect, then I feel like a failure.
By the way, punta na tayo ulit doon sa actual topic natin, which is the writing craft.
Yun.
Usually, siguro you had a chance to look into the written output of fellow teachers. Okay.
Yes.
What do you think are the weaknesses, yung mismong skill of writing na nakita mo sa ating mga teachers who are writing for their thesis?
Thesis in the field or sa graduate school nila?
Graduate school.
Okay. Pag may mga kasamahan na nagko-consult sa atin, ang nakikita ko lang sa kanila, first, the institutional format. Iba't iba ang kino-consult nila, iba't iba ang sinasabi ng bawat consultation nila. So pagdating sa akin, may orientation ako sa akin dahil oriented ako sa university na pinanggalingan ko. Iba ang orientation sa pinapasukan nila. At iba din yung mga advices nila. And of course, yung medyo pag seasoned teacher ka na, iba na yung kalakaran ng research writing ngayon sa kalakaran ng research writing noon. Marami ng development. Pati yung proseso ng research writing ay lumalago na. Marami na ding advancement. Yun ang kinahihirapan talaga nila.
You know what? Mabuti na lang at no one in the university bothered to recruit me to be one of the advisors. Kasi I don't know how to handle it. I will give you a situation. Ito ay output na mismo ng teachers na rin. So this is not really a research, more like, no, this is not a thesis, but more like a research. Meron siyang sinulat, marami siyang gustong sabihin. Siguro, let's say, for example, exaggerate ko lang, meron siyang 100 ideas na gustong sabihin, pero yung 100 ideas na yon ay nakasulat sa isang sentence. So,
Imposible yun.
that is usually the weakness na nakikita ko. I mean, this teacher has something to say. Pero yung it's the weakness of a novice writer, I think. Na they have something to say,
Correct.
pero gusto nilang sabihin lahat sa isang sentence.
At na dun hindi natin maaalis na ang tao ay likas na opinionated. We have the creative writing and technical writing. Dapat oriented muna si manunulat kung na ang research ay isang technical writing. Na sa objective ka, kaya ka nga may yung tinatawag nila na statement of the problem, na ngayon naman ay yung mga objectives, dun ka lang magfo-focus. Kahit marami ka pang idea dyan,
Yes.
dapat yun lang ang focus mo.
Anong una yan, na naging problema ko. Pero nung nag-college na ako, nag-thesis at nag-masters, natuto rin ako, and it never hurts to consult other professionals, lalo na mga kaibigan mo, because they will help you, right?
Correct.
And they will, nagtanong ako, ano mas maganda, ito ba o ito? Sabi, both are good. Yung isa, mas okay ba itong pag-aralan ko o yung isa? Sabi, yung isa, sir, parang naliwanagan ako.
And don't be conscious kasi lahat ng mapapag-consultan mo, may iba't iba siyang pananaw sa writing mo. Kaya nga, sabi niya, empirical, systemic, and cyclical ang research. Kala mo perfect na yung research mo. Pag may tumingin pa siya, kahit pa siya i-publish na, makakakita sila ng loopholes.
Okay, with that, we will end our first part.
Yes.
Okay, so let's pause muna for our station ID. Thank you.
Ito ang DWWD 1134 kHz. Balita, impormasyon at musika. AM at FM pinagsama. Ito ang Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa 1134 kHz. DWDD Katropa Radio. Iba tayo. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Sa pagising sa umaga, ngiti ko'y masaya. Narinig sa radyo, boses ng katropa mo. Iba't ibang uri ng kwento, mapapakinggan dito. Sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, pati sa buong mundo. Makinig na sa katropa, dito di ka mag-iisa. Makisaya, makibalita, makiawit sa musika. Sabay-sabay at sama-sama, tungo sa pagkakaisa. Labas at bida ka dito, sa Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Ito ang DWWD 1134 kHz Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Thanks, Pierre.
So we are back with the part 2 of our today's segment.
Yes, ang ating naging part 1, i-recap lang po natin, Katropang Paul and Katropang Bonsai, tinalakay po natin ang thesis writing, right?
Okay.
So we discussed the common problems in writing the thesis, as well as the technicalities and the format and all the other elements that we need to remember so that we could write a very well-polished thesis.
Again, we are back with our guest, okay?
Yes.
Master teacher ng Bawang Technical High School, a very prolific author. Si Dr. Leticia Jose Cabanya, quote-unquote, Bonsai, okay? Basilan.
Magandang hapon po muli.
Hapon pa rin.
Okay,
Yes.
so we will go to textbook writing, and my colleague here would have many questions about this.
Yes, I really have many questions.
Okay. By the way, ano yung title ng iyong first book?
Oral communication.
Okay. So, how did that book came about?
I started to be interested in writing when I handled in the graduate school curriculum instruction and instructional development. So while my students are having their work, so I got interested in to write my own book.
Okay, so you started writing right away, or ito palaging tanong din sa akin ni Teacher Jet eh.
Yeah.
Did you start writing right away and finish it, or naghanap ka muna ng publisher and then saka mo sinulat?
Personally, parang college year pa, na-inspire ako sa isang professor na siya lang daw yung kaisa-isahang author sa Batangas. So parang na-inspire ako na one day magsusulat din ako. Pero nung nadito na yung chance, gusto ko rin magsulat. Pero until nakamit ako ng isang publisher, hindi naman ako sumusulat na talagang sulat ako ng sulat tapos hanap ako ng publisher. Publisher muna, in my case. Publisher muna, tapos nung nagkaroon na kami ng kontrata, saka ako sumulat.
So,
Okay, so that will answer many of your questions.
yeah, matanong ko po. So, how did you get the publisher to let you write even when you were not at the writing stage yet?
Parang iyon ang advantage ng nasa universities ka. Marami ka nakikilala. So, isang kaklase sa PhD na nag-introduce sa akin ng isang publisher. Kasi siya naman, hindi siya author, pero uma-attend siya ng mga seminars about authorship. And sabi niya, nagsusulat ka ba? Kasi nakikinikita niya na sulat din ako ng sulat habang nag-iintay ng sunod na klase. So, sige, papakilala kita sa publisher. Ganun ko na-meet siya. Once lang kami nag-meet ng publisher. And after that, after oral communication, naka-11 books ako, once pa lang kami nag-meet. Everything is online.
Wow.
Okay.
So, how were you able to manage your teaching and then your writing at the same time?
Hindi ko din alam. Basta sabi lang ng mga kaklase, mga ka-teacher ko, tumutulog ka ba? Hindi ko sila ma-convince na tumutulog naman ako. Pero, hindi ko din alam. I usually work under pressure. Mas nakakatrabaho ako kapag alam ko na malapit ng deadline. Pero pag 1 week pa, 1 month, hindi ko pa siya natatrabaho.
Okay, how about this? When you first saw the cover design, okay, actually, page layout design muna di ba? Bago mo yung
correct.
cover design. Okay. What was your reaction when, after submitting your manuscript, they returned to you, PDF file siguro, the page layout design of your book? Ano yung first, what was your experience in seeing that?
Wala ako masyadong say sa layout nung first book ko. Ang feel ko lang, excited ako na I'm seeing my name sa every page. Ganun lang. Tapos okay na, lahat sa akin okay na. Naging very keen lang ako sa grammar, sa construction, sa structure, sa layout. Wala na. Basta tinanggap ko lang siya. Pero yung cover page, yung cover layout,
the
may
page
say
cover.
naman ako. May
Sa book cover?
Sa book cover, may
Okay.
say naman ako. Tapos, ine-enhance lang. So, hindi naman masyado ako IT person. So, I just grab photos sa Google. Ito yung gusto kong hitsura. And then, pinapasa ko sa kanila. Then, si layout artist nila, ine-enhance naman yung idea ko.
You know, ang experience ko dyan sa cover design is, siyempre, hindi naman ako graphic artist.
Correct.
Although meron akong sense of appreciation ng colors. But when it's over, kapag na-print na siya at nakita na siya ng mga colleagues mo, doon sila magbibigay ng comments, o bakit patay yung kulay? And yet, doon mo na lamang din ma-realize na tama yung kanilang comment, na patay nga ang kulay.
So, they have a keener visual perception.
Ang sa akin naman, sa mga books ko, binabagay ko sa topic ng book. Kung ano yung subject niya. At medyo lately, na nagkakaroon na nga ng touch ng personal na kulay na gusto ko, yung aking mga ideas, mas personal ang cover ng mga pahulihing books.
Ano po baling reach ng inyong book? Is it university-wide, nationwide, or...
Senior high school books.
Oh, so nationwide.
Yes,
Wow.
nationwide.
Okay, let me go back doon sa... Okay, I'm about to make a statement, and I want you to comment on that. You know what, a writer, medyo when a publisher accepted my manuscript, and I know that he will publish my work, medyo may pagka, it stokes my ego eh. Medyo konting yabang napadami. But, nung dumating yung page layout artist, yung design niya, sa pages at saka sa cover, doon ko na-realize na talagang ang value ng libro ay hindi lang talaga doon sa writer. The overall package of the book has something to do with the cover, with the page layout design. Okay, what's your comment on that?
Ganun nga siguro. Parang sa pagkain, cover muna kung ano yung nakikita mo na, ay magandang hitsura, magandang kulay, di ba binibili natin? Regardless kung ano talaga yung lasa. Ganun nga din. Out of 11 books na na-publish ko, hindi sa kapal, hindi nga sa design, pero sa yung, kasi yung isang book na bestseller na book ko, Reading and Writing Skills, Alibata ang cover niya. Siya ang bestseller sa lahat, pero sobrang liit at sobrang nipis. Kasi very interested ang mga tao sa pag may historical touch ng book, and then it is reading and writing. Parang pumapasok sa kanilang isip na reading and writing, tuturuan ba ako ng librong ito na magsulat ng baybayin, whatsoever? Siguro ganun ang pumapasok sa isip.
At hindi kaya dahil naiiba to sa ibang mga disenyo?
Ganun din. It's a combination of parang very natural at saka ethnic ang dating ng book na yon. So, ayun ang nakaka-interest sa mga bumibili.
Oh, I see.
Would you advise writers to do their share in laying out the page design and not be dependent only on the publisher's layout artist?
Yes, of course, because ang layout artist, hindi naman siya yung mukha na humaharap, hindi naman siya yung malaking pangalan dun sa book eh. So, kung ano man yung nadodoon sa iyong libro, ikaw ang nakikita ng reader, ikaw ang nakikita ng buyer. So, reflection yun ng sarili mo. So, kung ano yung pinili mong cover, ano yung pinili mong template, ano yung pinili mong font, it is a reflection of you.
At ito pa, ngayon ang challenge dyan is ganito. Ako tayo ganun din ang aking position. Because once you've been into the writing business and a relationship with the publisher, you would know na yung mga layout artists ay maraming trabaho.
Correct.
At sila ay talagang may cramming period din. Yung bulto na kanilang trabaho ay naiipon close to the opening of the school year. And so, kung you will become dependent on them, they cannot give you your book that much attention. Ang problema naman, ang maraming teacher, well, in order for you to produce a good layout design for the book, kailangan siyempre competent ka dyan sa paggamit ng simpleng bagay, Microsoft Word.
Correct.
And many teachers are not even really effectively competent dyan eh.
Naku, malamang tinitipapay o sinusulat.
Oo, lalo na yung mga seasoned teacher natin na ayaw nang gumamit ng mga technical help na for writing. Ang isa pa doon, pag umasa ka sa publisher, sa layout artist, magtatagal talaga, malilipasan ka ng evaluation period and it will count another year.
So, mas maganda na ikaw mismo mag-type.
Oh, correct.
Yes.
Ang manuscript ay
Must be
dapat,
typewritten.
typewritten.
But you know what again, pag ako nakikipagkwentuhan sa mga yung staff ng publishers, sometimes they tell me na yung kanilang writer, ang dinadala doon talaga sulat kamay.
Diyos ko.
But he is kind of a recognized writer na kumbaga parang siya marami na mahaba na kanilang pinagsama. So he is a dependable author. And so they would transfer his written output into electronic form.
Yeah.
Pero ito again, advice sa mga teacher writers who are planning to write a book, dapat ma-master nyo yung Microsoft Word. Halimbawa na lamang yung mga heading, ginagamit mo ba yan?
Ginagamit ko siya kasi ang isang manonotice mo sa mga books ko, yung mga names ng co-authors ko, tsaka yun sa akin, every page, yun yung pinaka-distinct na gusto ko sa mga books ko. Na doon yung mga pangalan every page.
Yes. I would like to ask this one. Okay, what is the advantage of writing on your own versus writing with others? And the other way around.
By myself, mas mabilis ang proseso. Honestly. Kasi kung kailan ko gustong magsulat, kailan ko gustong tapusin, tapos medyo sanay na ako sa flow ng publication na meron akong imimit, dapat mabigay ng ganito ng oras ang manuscript, wala akong alalahanin kung hindi ma-meet yung sarili kong deadline. With co-authors, I have my friends who are co-authors din sa iba kong books. Medyo, hintay ko muna, marami akong ginagawa. O kaya meron sila mga personal problems or usually kasi sa mga friends ko, pinipilit ko lang, I want to share the experience of being an author. So, syempre, yung dilemma nila na pagsusulat, hindi as passionate na meron ako, pero gusto naman talaga din nila. Kaya yun, medyo mas matagal ang proseso kapag may co-author.
Okay. So I see. Pero ano mga advantages ng writing on your own versus writing with co-authors?
Mas maraming ideas ang may co-author. Pero ang advantage ang disadvantage when it comes to royalty, nade-divide siya. Kung ilan kayong author, ganun ang division ng royalty.
Oh.
Okay, I wish to share with you my stand pagdating sa co-author. Kasi syempre, as far as writing, I can do all the writing by myself.
Correct.
But from my experience in the past, meron din kasi akong ulterior motive why I would, let's say for example, colleague, why I would solicit him to be a co-author, although I will do it. Ilalagay ko dyan ang pangalan mo. Kasi syempre meron din akong ulterior motive. I want to improve my, my liaison or connectedness with other faculty members. Para bang smooth internal personal relationships with your,
very
parang politics na rin,
Well,
you make alliances with colleagues through the book, at napatunayan ko na yun, in my difficult situation sa university, it's like one of the among the people who stood behind me. Di yung mga tao naging co-author ko.
Oo, meron din ako na isang factor at malaking factor. Ang kinukuha ko kasing co-author, yung halimbawa ito yung book na isusulat ko, yung kumpiyansa ko na malaki ang mako-contribute nilang mga ideas kasi sila ay mas credible pag hindi o kasing credible ko sa subject na yon. So, at usually, mas credible si co-author ko. Katulad ni mga friends ko, she's teaching EAPP or mas magaling siya sa creative writing, kinukuha ko siya kasi mas natutulungan niya ako kesa mas natutulungan ko siya. Ganun yung style ko naman sa pagkuha ng co-author.
You know what, dito sa pagsusulat, and I am also soliciting your comments on that, ang nakatulong sa akin in putting text to the bond paper is yung techniques of paragraph development.
Correct.
Kasi you want to say something. Okay? So pag minsan ikaw ay na may mental block, pumili ka ng ano bang technique of paragraph development na gagawin. Yun na yun eh. Okay, so can you speak more on that?
Sa paragraph development naman, iba yung tinuturo natin sa classroom. Though, basically, kailangan mo talaga siyang alamin. Alam ang pag-write ng paragraph, pag-develop ng paragraph. Pero, sa classroom kasi, when we ask our students to write an essay, meron siyang format. So, deductive or inductive siya, from general to specific or vice versa. Dito naman sa textbook writing, you have to be guided with the syllabus or the scope of your book. At dun lang siya, ang chronologically arranged ay topics. Dapat sunod-sunod at each topic are interrelated.
So, ibig sabihin po nun, if you base it on the syllabus, which is recommended and mandated, it's much easier to create an outline para sa pagsusulat po ng libro.
Kasi one thing na dapat mo ma-bear sa mind mo is, sino ba ang target mo sa pagsusulat mo? When it comes to senior high books, syempre, basic education, kahit private ka or public ka, isa lang ang ating sinusunod, the curriculum guide.
So, it's not always about what you want.
Yes, of course. What your readers or the students need or the teachers need. Kaya siya gagamitin ng mga tao is lahat ng kailangan niyang ituro ay nasa libro mo. Hindi sa, kumbaga sa isang subject, marami siyang pwedeng scope, pero hindi siya bibilihin kasi hindi siya babasahin kasi ang mga kailangan ko, wala naman dun.
And by the way, speaking about a curriculum, detalyado kapag yung DepEd.
Correct.
In fact, lesson by lesson, I think they even measure it by the hour.
Correct.
So detalyado ang DepEd. But when you go to writing na for college, that's when they are giving the writer the leeway on how to develop it. Okay, so for the benefit na rin ng ating mga viewers and listeners, mga teachers, okay, when I spoke about techniques of paragraph development, I was referring to definition, comparison and contrast, narrative, narration. Yun palagi nasa utak ko when I'm writing. Okay, let's say yung comparison ng contrast ang isa sa mga paborito ko. And by the way nga pala, so pagdating sa textbook, hindi lang actually text yun eh. Halimbawa, comparison ng contrast, you can write it in text. But actually, pwede mo rin gamitin yun, tabular form.
Correct. Meron kasi mga topics na mas madaling i-discuss o mas madaling maintindihan kapag siya ay linear or non-linear or magsusuportahan sila. Or may pictures, may graphics, mas madali siyang explain kesa tadtadin mo siya ng mga explanation na mahirap paliwanag. Meron kasi mga topics na isang picture lang, it will say everything.
So, ikaw din ang gumagawa ng mga picture mo?
Minsan may grab din ako from Google or minsan gumagawa pag ang style ko ay workbook, gumagawa ako ng sarili kong mga
Activities.
activities.
So before you incorporate these activities into the workbook, you evaluate them for their
course.
validity and you've used them.
As much as possible, na-use ko siya sa loob ng klase para na-test ko na yung mga loopholes, the advantage and disadvantage, or tama ba yung activity ko na inilagay doon sa book.
Ipinararate nyo rin sa ibang teachers o
Not
hindi po?
necessarily po. Pero tayo naman ay departmentalized. So, nakikita din nila, nag-feedback sila at malaking bagay yun.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want you to comment on this. One of the issues that I discovered while writing ay hindi lang mahalaga yung text, actually mahalaga yung empty space.
Yes.
Yung mga blankong spaces, yun kasing halaga ng actual text. What's your comment about that?
Okay. Empty space, or ito yung tinatawag na nating negative space.
Mhm.
Kasi may mga bagay na bakit kailangan or minanage ng author na magkaroon ng empty space or space. Una, dun sa una nating topic, research writing, bakit ba maraming space, double space ang research writing?
Mhm.
Kasi pag siya'y single, ang process, ang bilis ng pasok ng ideas ay kasing bilis ng pagbabasa mo. Kasi mas madami kang malalagay kapag single space. Pero pag double space siya, hindi siya mabigat na basahin.
So
Okay.
mas maunawaan mo.
Mas mauunawaan.
You can comprehend and even go back.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Doon naman sa textbook writing, merong mga bagay yan. Una, emphasis.
Emphasis.
Ibig sabihin, pag meron siyang, ito yung text, tapos bigla kang nag-double space or naiba yung spacing ng text mo, meron kang mahalagang pinupunto sa isang paragraph na yon. Bakit nag-iba ang font? Bakit nag-ibang space ng bahaging yon? It's for emphasis. And one thing, style.
Style.
Style din. Ang gusto ng writer ay magkaroon ang kanyang reader ng isang bahagi ng kanyang book na makakapag-personal notes siya.
Yeah. To
Napakahalaga
reflect
din.
also.
Okay. And lastly, para siyang music.
Oh.
Para siya, di ba sa isang piyesa ng music, meron siyang stop, may pause siya.
Mhm.
So maganda din na meron tayong time to ponder on what we have read. And lastly, it is an introduction of another topic.
Yeah, so come to think of it, we have to learn how to transition to another,
Correct.
whether as a reader or as a writer.
Okay, last question. What are the important writing habits and rituals that you came to develop after writing many books?
The personal ritual, I really work efficiently, effectively under time pressure. Kaya kong magsulat ng ilang books, 2 books, 1 research, teaching, IMs, nang sabay-sabay, without
Wow.
any reflection of stress. Hindi ko lang din alam kung paano ko nagagawa. Pero yun na lang talaga yung ritual na sabi ko, pag walang pressure, wala akong nagagawa.
Well, we could say it's due to divine intervention,
Siguro nga, siguro. And interest as well, siguro.
enthusiasm, come to think of it, and passion too.
By the way nga pala, no, I wish to advise na rin to sa'yo. Sinesave mo ba yung iyong mga, let's say for example, every now and then, sinesave mo ba sa cloud, sa Google Drive yung iyong mga files?
Siguro dinala na din ako ng experience. Palagi na nasa sa drive siya. Kasi every time na meron akong dual manuscript, nasisira yung laptop ko.
And by the way, I just discovered recently na totoo pala yung ransomware. It's like someone will hijack your files. It will become encrypted.
Naku
You
po.
cannot open it. If you want to get it back, you have to pay the person who made that malware.
My goodness.
And it happens pala.
Ay, nako.
So kapag wala sa habit mo ang mag-save, mag-upload sa Google Drive or any other drive ng iyong mga files, I mean, just imagine, patapos na yung inyong libro, biglang.
Biglang mawawala.
At ganito the technician, usually ang sasabihin ng iba, ano lang yan, para reformat ko lang. And yet, it cannot be undone. It will never be undone by the reformat.
Ang
ayan.
higpit dito, yung ideas, pag nire-write mo, yung ideas na sinulat mo originally, hindi mo na siya ulit masusulat.
So is it ideal na sa bawat manuscript na gawin was about update, send mo yung, pag-send ka ng
Correct.
copy ng sarili mo sa email o
Correct.
mag-Google Drive ka?
Yes, Google Drive
O yung ano,
yung
yung-
automatic na nagsisynchronize.
Yeah, at saka yung natawag na Microsoft, One Office ba yun?
Sa cloud.
Ayun, cloud.
Okay, we have discussed a lot. Dalawang topics na pinag-usapan natin today. Thesis writing and textbook writing. I think
Yes.
we are about to wrap na our program.
Yes, and I would like to thank everyone who watched and listened, lalo na yung mga katropa natin, sina katropang Bobby na nag-state na pagdating sa thesis writing, kailangan i-break down ang mga issues into manageable topics, at saka kay katropa Giselle na bumate, katropang Fe, katropang Herman, at sa lahat ng iba pa naming katropa. And on behalf of all our Voice of the Teachers hosts, this is your Katropang Jet.
And me, I am a teacher and katropang Paul Reyes.
And we are
Voice of the
Teachers.
Ito ang DWD 1134 kHz. Balita, impormasyon at musika. AM at FM pinagsama. Ito ang Katropa Radio. Iba tayo.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa 1134 kHz. DWD Katropa Radio. Iba tayo. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.